Welcome to episode 1 of this Will I Dunk series. What this series is going to be is basically weekly videos documenting my journey as I try to train and jump higher to dunk a basketball. So hopefully, if I make some good progress along the way, I'll also be able to give out some decent tips and advice to other people trying to do the same thing. So why do I want to dunk? Why don't you want to dunk? Everyone wants to dunk. If you play basketball, I'm pretty sure you want to dunk. And those of us that say that we don't want to dunk have just come to terms with the fact that we can't dunk. And I'm getting very close to that point, but I'm not quite there yet. I just turned 26, and I reckon if I don't dunk, by the time I'm 30, that's it for me. That's my limit, and I'll accept it. But before then, I'm gonna train freaking hard to try it. I remember when I was 13. And I thought, man, when I'm 17 and I'm a senior, I'm going to be able to, throw down. It's going to be epic. I'm going to look cool as. Didn't happen. 8 years after high school. Still hasn't happened. I'm just touching the hoop now. So, I'm hoping that I can make some sustained progress this year and manage my injuries. I've pretty much been up and down last 8 years due to a bunch of different injuries that I've had. I'm going to be doing more than ever to maintain my body, and hopefully, by doing this weekly series, I'll be kind of keeping myself accountable as well. Keeping up my stretching and my strength training to stay injury free. What this series is going to cover is basically, how I'm going to train to increase my vertical, what kind of stretching I do, what my diet's going to be like, how much basketball I'm playing, how all these factors impact my vertical jump, and I'll kind of focus on a different area every week. So hopefully that will be able to help out some of you guys. Without further ado, February 17th, we're going to start this series off. Let's go. In terms of my body stats, I am 175 centimeters tall, or about 5'9", or a little under, I think. My wingspan is a tad longer, as you can see here. I'm weighing in at just around 72 kilos, give or take, depending on time of the day and what I've eaten, at around 13 to 15% body fat, and that's purely just an eye test. So here's me doing a couple jumps a few weeks ago, and you can see here there's a lot of problems with my technique, and I'm not really getting very high. This last jump here is the jump that I'll be breaking down. So you can see in my run-up, it's not a quick run-up. I'm not really accelerating because I can't accelerate too fast without stuffing up my footwork at the moment. Also, my third to last step isn't really setting up my final 1-2 properly. Here you can see that I have insufficient arm swing due to tight shoulders, and I'm not getting quite the range of motion I should be getting from my arm swing. I'm also planting my first foot quite quickly, which means it's on the ground for quite a long time before I get that second foot there to take off. And that's kind of limiting the amount of elastic energy I can put into my vertical jump. Right before I take off, here you can see my knees buckling in a little bit, and my feet are a little bit too far apart, which is limiting the amount of power I can put into my vertical jump here. I managed to touch the rim here, but you can see that if I had more flexibility in my shoulder, I'd be able to get a little bit more reach on my jump. And I actually think my landings are pretty decent. It's something I've worked on. I'm trying to land with my whole body and absorbing the majority of the force with my hip to put less pressure on my knees. So that wraps up episode 1. Here you can just see the 4 things that I'll be focusing on to try and improve my vertical jump, and I'll be going into further detail in each of these things in future videos. This cute ass dog you see right now on screen is my dog Ponyo. So if you think Ponyo is cute, please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.